Days of Our Lives, tension and explosive secrets rock Salem this week, April 7th to 11th. Salem is about to get a serious shakeup this week on Days of Our Lives with some long-anticipated returns, escalating confrontations and power struggles that are guaranteed to leave fans breathless. As the week unfolds, the return of three iconic characters sets the stage for drama, deception, and deep-rooted family conflicts that will reignite old feuds and stir up brand-new chaos. Returning to Salem are three unforgettable faces: the fierce and fiery Sami Brady, the ever-complicated Rex Brady, and the always calculated Vivian. Each return brings its own share of baggage, secrets, and jaw-dropping surprises. For longtime fans and newer viewers alike, this is a week where the past collides with the present in unforgettable ways. Sami Brady's explosive return. And the sister showdown no one saw coming. There's no such thing as a quiet return when it comes to Sami Brady. As she steps back into Salem, she heads straight to the hospital where her ex, EJ Demera, lies unconscious in a medically induced coma. But it's not concern for EJ's condition that leaves Sami rattled, it's what she overhears as she enters his room. To her shock, she walks in just in time to hear her sister, Belle Black, making a heartfelt confession of love to EJ. The weight of those words hangs heavy in the air. For Sami, the betrayal cuts deep. Her complicated history with Belle is well documented, and their relationship has never been smooth. But this emotional bombshell, delivered at EJ's bedside, could be the final straw. Tensions between the sisters erupt almost immediately. Old wounds are reopened as Sami demands answers. What exactly is Belle doing declaring her love for EJ? Is this a passing moment of grief? Or has something been brewing behind Sami's back all along? This confrontation promises to be one of the most emotionally charged moments of the week. As Sami's anger boils over, Belle will be forced to defend her feelings, her choices, and possibly her loyalty to her own family. What began as a return visit quickly turns into a dramatic showdown with far-reaching consequences. Trouble at the Kiriakis mansion. Vivian's return turns the tables over at the Kiriakis mansion. A different kind of storm is brewing, and her name is Vivian. After a shocking prison escape, Vivian makes her grand entrance with her usual flair for the dramatic. Far from being apologetic, Vivian arrives with a mission: reclaim what she believes is rightfully hers. As Kate and Philip breathe a sigh of relief behind closed doors, convinced their secret about the fake letter is still safe thanks to Alex's silence, Vivian crashes the moment like a thunderbolt. She sarcastically announces that the party can't begin without her, a chilling reminder that nothing in Salem stays buried for long. Philip, caught off guard by her sudden appearance, asks if she's come to say her goodbyes before disappearing again. But Vivian makes it clear she's not going anywhere. In fact, she's just getting started. Her objective? To get her stuff, which seems to include not only personal belongings but also a substantial stake in the Kiriakis' fortune. Vivian is not one to bluff. Her threats are serious, and her presence alone is enough to make Kate and Philip nervous. With her signature charm laced with menace, she lays out her demands. Whether or not Philip and Kate can keep their own secrets buried in the face of Vivian's return remains to be seen. This brewing battle for Kiriakis' wealth and power is set to explode, and with Vivian in the mix, there's no predicting how far she'll go to get what she wants. Kate's heart lifts as Rex returns. But is he in danger? Meanwhile, Kate receives a rare moment of happiness when her son Rex returns to town. But the joy of the reunion is tinged with concern. Rex, having recently been involved in a suspicious hit-and-run, is walking back into Salem with more questions than answers. Although he downplays the incident, Kate's instincts tell her something isn't right. She begins to wonder whether the hit-and-run was truly accidental or if it was a targeted attack. Her thoughts drift to EJ once again, whose threats against her children still loom large in her mind. Kate's maternal instincts kick into high gear. She's thrilled to see Rex, but she's also watching his every move, searching for clues, warning signs, and anything that might suggest someone is out to hurt her family. Could Rex have become collateral damage in a vendetta meant to punish Kate? As the week progresses, Rex's return may trigger more than just family reunions. It could very well reopen dangerous alliances, reveal unfinished business, and drag him into a web of deception he didn't see coming. Secrets, loyalties, and looming dangers this week on Days of Our Lives. Salem feels less like a small town and more like a pressure cooker. The return of three iconic characters sets off a series of chain reactions: emotional, strategic, and potentially deadly. Sami's fury could lead to irrevocable consequences between her and Belle, especially if long-buried resentments come to the surface. Vivian's claims on the Kiriaki's fortune threaten to turn the family against itself, exposing lies that some hoped would stay buried forever. And Rex's reappearance, while joyful for Kate, may come with serious consequences if the hit and run wasn't random after all. Every corner of Salem is buzzing with secrets, suspicion, and emotional landmines. Relationships will be tested, alliances may crumble, and the return of these powerful characters means nothing is safe or sacred. So buckle up, longtime fans. This is the kind of week that Days of Our Lives does best, full of drama, heartbreak, and the kind of twisty turns that keep audiences coming back year after year. Stay tuned as the tension rises, the stakes grow higher, and Salem braces for the aftermath of these dramatic returns. The past is never far behind, especially in a town where secrets always find a way to come to light. Love, lies, and bullet wounds. Holly's Tangled Morning After, April 7th recap. In a quietly charged episode that aired on April 7th, emotions ran high as secrets stirred in the early morning light. Holly found herself waking up to more than just a new day. She awoke to consequences, revelations, and a deepening emotional entanglement. The episode opens with Holly still in bed, a blanket of tension lingering in the air. A text arrives from Tate, but she hesitates, her fingers pausing before a reply is made. Before she can fully process it, Doug rises from the floor, shirtless and disoriented, his modesty preserved only by hastily retrieved underwear. Stretching the night from his limbs, he greets Holly with a soft good morning, one that carries weight from the night before. Doug, uncertain of his welcome, quietly expresses his gratitude but questions whether he should still be there. Holly, calm yet clearly carrying the burden of emotional fatigue, assures him it's fine. She insists she'll handle Maggie, brushing aside any concern. Tate, she declares, is no longer her concern. In that moment, the truth becomes painfully clear: they have broken up. The two share a quiet moment on the bed. Doug sits beside her, shirtless and contemplative, studying her face as if searching for answers. The tension between them is thick but not unwelcome. It is the stillness that follows the storm, the kind that comes before decisions are made. Later, as Holly steps into the shower, the sound of running water creates a stark contrast to the unspoken thoughts swirling in Doug's mind. When she returns, he gently probes, asking what exactly happened between her and Tate. Holly doesn't dodge the question. She explains the breakdown of the relationship in somber tones, recounting not just the mistakes and miscommunications, but the heavier shadows that loomed over them both. Doug's expression shifts. He realizes painfully that he may be the reason for the split. The revelation strikes him with force. But Holly, with surprising grace, denies that it's just him. She admits there were many reasons: trust, timing, the weight of an unplanned pregnancy she could never quite process. Her voice trembles, but it's strong, resolute in its honesty. The relationship, it seems, was already cracking before Doug ever stepped into the picture. Still, Doug's guilt remains. He apologizes, the words thick with sincerity. Holly, seeing through his remorse, almost teases him. She knows he wants more, but warns him that if he does, he needs to be ready for all that comes with her. No games, no safety nets. If he wants something real, he better learn how to enjoy the ride. Before the conversation can go any deeper, an alert chimes on Holly's phone. Her eyes widen. A headline flashes across the screen: EJ has been shot. She stares in disbelief. Though he may no longer be her stepfather, the news shakes her. She tries to brush it off outwardly, but the shock is unmistakable. Her concern turns quickly to Johnny. She'll check on him later, she says, trying to regain her composure. She makes her way to breakfast, but not before suggesting to Doug that he stay hidden in her room for now. It's safer that way for both of them. With one last look, she steps out the door, leaving him behind with his thoughts. Alone, Doug scans the room, taking in the remnants of the night before. His eyes land on a photo of Holly and Tate, two smiling faces frozen in time. He picks it up slowly. There's no anger in his expression, no jealousy, only a quiet, knowing smile that spreads across his face. Perhaps it's recognition of the change, of what has ended and what might just be beginning. The episode leaves viewers on edge, caught in the shifting tides of emotion and intrigue. Holly's world is unraveling and reshaping itself in real time, and Doug, whether ready or not, is now a part of it. As the tangled web of romance, regret, and family crisis thickens, one thing is clear: in this town, no morning after comes without a price.